Look at this light. Evil.
Hello. I've got this somewhere with any with microphones is great. Yeah, that's thanks. Yeah, microphones scare the shit out of me. I'm trying out a new way of ordering the poems, so we'll see how that goes. The first poem I'm going to do this evening is actually a poem that I debuted at the last Untitled event that I was asked to perform at. It's called Potential. I stare at the blank page. I could write about how the technological age fills me with rage, how we're becoming battery percentage slaves using apps to fill our days. I could write about self-obsessed, selfie pests and Snapchat brats that need a slap who are eager to replace the pace and flow of conversation with a picture of their face. I could write about how an emoji was the word of the year, how the world we live in gives me the fear, or how corporations grin from ear to ear when they destroy and pollute whilst we conform and salute. Or how we buy happiness in booze and drugs and escape the world in darkened clubs instead of losing ourselves in a fucking book. I could relate the tick of the clock to wasting our lives in office blocks locked in shitty jobs until we rot. I could write about ISIS and all the mindless fucking terrorists. I could settle the score between feminists and meninists, but make it light-hearted to show I'm taking the piss. I could avoid all the usual shit about news and views and politics and write about what's good in the world instead of what's fucking wrong with it. I could compare thy beauty to a summer's day, plagiarising the greats in an obvious but clever way. Or about the sunrise, kissing the horizon with golden rays. I could write about love or faith of the ocean spray landing softly on my face. I could go on for days. But instead, I write about the page. I write about the raw and unadulterated potential of margins and white space. The stage to a cacophony of literature, art, or hangman games. I stare at the lines and put my pen to the page. Thank you. This second one is it's less of a poem, it's more just the documentation of an experience. Can I have a show of hands of who has been dumped? Okay, let's be a little bit more accurate. Who has been dumped brutally? Okay, that's good. Huh?
It's when I was 12.
No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Yeah, so this is my experience of getting dumped. It's called rum and coke. All the other couples in the bar are laughing. We are not. The other couples in the bar are chatting. We've stopped. Because there's not much else to say, really. Valentine's Day and dumped. This might make a good poem, I think. But instead I wrote this, which is shit. Kinda like getting dumped on Valentine's Day. Thanks. Begun. Can't find number 3. There it is. Okay. This next poem I wrote when I was having a little bit of an existential crisis whilst on a lunch break at work. I can't really say where I work, but it's horrible. And it's a little bit like about giving up. So it's called It's a Trap. I'm in the same spot, brain in knots because I seem to have forgot my drive. Going insane when brought to the mere thought of being alive. I try to answer questions which just result in new obsessions and sessions of treading water, but never in the sea of calm. Maybe that would show me who I am. Just another hypocrite trying to fit into the space and keep pace in a race in which I didn't want to partake. Is it because of this that we take pictures of our face? To prove we exist? These hideous idiots with ideas that are ludicrous are forcing my hand and pushing me to getting pissed. I'm searching for ways in which the present is pleasant, but for a peasant like me, that just seems to be a fallacy. Turn the page. In a society where originality sparks profanity and vanity rules king and queen, it would seem that the idea of you has no place in reality. So we're kept subdued, beaten black and blue, ready to be used, because to think that we weren't slaves, that we might possibly be saved, would be too good to be true. But what does it matter? We're just here for the ride, trying to make the most of our brief slot of time. Numbers on a spreadsheet, counting down the weeks, composing, cunting tweets. I give in. You can't beat them, join them. Drink Starbucks, watch shit TV, piss your money down the drain, become the same. Clones clocking in and out from their brains, teaching the Waynes to worship corporate overlords that resemble some cunt straight out of Star Wars. Flip it on its head. Down with the rebels. Long live the Empire instead. Thanks. Seeing as we're in the wine library, I'm going to do a poem about tequila, which does end in wine. This is just a little short one. I'm rolling my eyes as Josh brings over more tequila. I'm already seeing stars like I'm flying towards Aquila. Salt, shot, lime sends me travelling back in time. My heels are in the sand with a French girl's hand in mine. The moon paints us with silver as the stars capture our sight. The waves form a stage for the dancers made of light. Palm trees whisper in the breeze a leave language lullaby, an orchestral collaboration between the ocean and the sky. In Scotland it's October, but I'm in Mexican July. A glass from Josh's hand to mine. Salt, shot, lime. Drink up, man, he says. After this we're on the wine. Thanks. Okay, depending on the reaction will depend on if I do this next poem. Is anyone religious?
I am, but I'll let you up.
Okay, cool. Are you sure? Okay,
That's
cool.
what being religious is all about. Being cool.
Forgiven. This is a poem about my relationship with God. It's called Holy Ghost. Thanks for always being there when I needed you the most. The Father, the Son, and of course the Holy Ghost. But it's getting kind of creepy how you're always standing there. For example, when I'm in the shower all wet and washing my hair. Look, I know I had my eyes closed, but really that's still no excuse. The kind of stuff you're doing's verging on sexual abuse. Thank you. I'm going to do a couple of little short poems. These are a little bit more emotional than the stuff that I've done so far. This next one is called Fade. It's kind of just about how I'm always kind of struggling with happiness. Yeah. My shadow hangs around my feet and keeps me company as I walk, bound to the ground in rotten streets. To this friend I cannot talk, for he's only there when I walk in the light, but it gets darker every day. And as I start to lose this fight, this friend too shall fade away. Thanks. This next one is actually about my gran. She's still alive. Just, I didn't want you to, anyway, never mind. So, yeah, this is about, my gran's always been quite sprightly, Like she always, like she still walks dogs and shit like that. It's kind of mental. But it's kind of weird because recently I've started to watch her kind of progress into like proper old lady. So this is called Used to Be. Her hands aren't what they used to be. She can't pop the tops off the pills. When she walks, she often stops and avoids the hills. When she talks, conversation drops, usually when it's about bills. She's too proud to admit it, but the pain ain't intermittent and it fucking kills. Her mind and the memories in it have been cropped, and into the shadows the colours spilled, but her hands aren't what they used to be. She can't pop the tops off the pills. Thanks. This next one I actually wrote a while ago, but I don't think I've actually ever performed it. As Craig was saying, he does this thing called Word with Words. Did you actually say that? Did you say it? Yeah. There's this thing called Word with Words, and then one month actually, he'd asked us to write something about Falkirk. I came up with this. It's called Town Junkie Jogging. Thank you. He looks like death, out of breath, like he's just run track. Gasps as he limps and scrimps for more smack. Any change for a bush, pal? Your wife kicked us out, he says while his toes poke out the hole in his boots. Addiction took hold with deep roots that grown over years, and thanks to running on gear, his running gear's decrepit. I wonder if he's ever sober enough to regret it. Oof, that first hit, man. You didn't quite forget it. I've seen him before, slumped in a heap, asleep by a door. I thought then too about his constant search for a score, about his quest that led him to snooze on the floor. But my train of thoughts derailed by a blur of crusty fleece and a scream of, I'm no after all yet. Our town junkie's jogging, 'cause here comes the fucking police. Thanks. So this is the second last poem that I'm going to do. Who here likes themselves? Cool. I'm really fucking jealous of you. This is a little poem about how I'm not incredibly enamoured with myself, but that's okay. It's called Hate. I have something to tell you, and I can't say you're gonna like it, see. I've been needing to get this off my chest, but I've been shiting it. And it seems like less and less I've been able to hide it, so here goes. I hate you. You want to feel more connected to the friends that you've neglected, but you're always in your head. It impacts them. The friends you'd rather edit. The friends that felt deceit with read receipts and empty seats. That cycle that repeats and beats those friends until defeat, so they give up. Because who can be fucked with a down on his luck schmuck who always complains about the doors being shut, but never takes the time to see if they open? You know, I'm hoping I'm getting through. That negativity's sloping, because it's true when I say I care, it's just the love isn't there. Conversations with reflections met with blank stares, that self-reflection that ends in dark despair. You want to see beauty everywhere, but without your head in the air, you'll see nothing but the ground. A human bluebell that grew with its head down, never able to see what others naturally found. But you're not always like that. You're not always bound, head down, hoping for a guillotine crown as a way out of your trap. Maybe I was too harsh. I don't hate you. You just do my fucking tits in. Stop being so hard on yourself. It's okay to feel like you can't face the outside and hide in your bed from the thoughts in your head. It's okay to sit and stare into space with that dumbass fucking look on your face. It's okay to feel shit, but don't let yourself become shackled to it. I've seen you battle through it and I'll see you do it again. It's okay to feel like happiness isn't out there, because if it is anywhere, it's in here. And if you feel fear that you might not be cool or your rep is in tatters, remember that cool people are dead. It's the warmth that matters. Look, I'm sorry if you felt attacked. I don't hate you, buddy. I've got your back. Thank you. This next poem I've performed before quite a lot actually, at Word with Words, Untitled events in Edinburgh and through here as well. In Edinburgh I didn't go down quite as well as others. Just by a show of hands, all the Tories in the room? Cool, I wouldn't show my hand either. This next one's called Tories, although it could be slash Labour. We'll breeze past that though.
Excuse me.
Wankers! Thank you. Wankers!